Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Rob's #1 fan here. Not a good day to say that. Not a good day to say that at all. I've been crying, I just itched my eye, but I might as well be crying. I might as well be crying right now because the truth is Robert Whittaker lost and he got his jaw smashed. He did. Now I don't upload much. I only upload when I got something to say. And in this video, we're going to be going over how Robert Whittaker's going to get his title back. I'm not delusional. Okay, I'm not delusional at all. There's a chance. Might be a miniature chance, but there is a chance, okay? And you're going to agree with me. There is a little teeny tiny chance. Now, going over the fight a little bit, Robert Whittaker lost to Khamzat Chimaev and his face got fucked up. His front teeth are back in his mouth. He got fucked up. There's pictures of it online. I'm not going to show it here because I don't even know if I'm allowed to. And it's disgusting looking and I don't want to show it and it breaks my heart. But we're going to be going over the various ways Robert Whittaker can get his title back. So we start with the Strickland champ path. Then we got the Dricus champ path. I put my screen up on my top screen, so if you see me looking up here, that's why. I don't know why I put it up there, but I did. Then we got the easy but long path, the Khamzat rematch path, which is hard difficulty, and then we got the light heavyweight run. You know, Rob might never be coming back, but I need to make this video for my mental health, for my happiness. I need to have some hope. The truth is, he might be gone forever. It's a reality, okay? So we're starting off with the Strickland champ path. Now this is, if Strickland is to beat Dricus, then Strickland is to beat Khamzat. That opens the doors for Rob clearly. That's best case scenario for Rob. That's the best he can get. Strickland does the hard work for him. Strickland hasn't fought Rob yet. He gets back to the title shot and gets the title. And Strickland's probably one of the more favourable matchups for him out of any of them. Of any of these champs I've put up here, Strickland's probably the easiest, best bet for Rob's style. You know? But carrying on. So the Strickland champ path. So to do this, I think he's going to have to come back against Khamzat Chimaev. That's who I think he's going to have to come back against. He's going to have to come back, fight Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev coming off a win recently. He doesn't take too much time off, but he does take a little bit of time off. I reckon Rob will be gone for the next 6 to 9 months. I reckon 6 months at the earliest. I think he's going to be gone for a while, so this might not line up, but it's hard to gauge what's going to line up. But we're just roughly guessing. A Khamzat Chimaev matchup or something of the likes is what I think is going to happen. In the meantime, we're going to get Izzy versus Baholo. I think that's how you say it. And I think if Rob comes back and beats Khamzat Chimaev, he will fight the winner of Baholo versus Israel Adesanya. And I personally think Baholo is going to win that matchup, so we will get Robert versus Baholo. And I think with these two wins, Strickland's took out Khamzat, Dricus in the meantime. Doors are open for Rob. Just don't crank on his chin. Baholo cannot crank on his chin at all. Neither can Khamzat Chimaev. We don't need that. But that's this path. I think this is the easiest path. But it's a big what if. There's a lot of things Strickland has to win against first Dricus. Right? Big risk. And then Khamzat. Big risk. But that's a Strickland path. Just to gauge how easily he could get back to a title shot depending on what happens. But these are two hard fights as well, so I don't know. Next, we got the Dricus champ path. Now, this is going to be a little bit harder because Dricus has a win over him. But then, if he was to win this fight, he would have got the title shot. So I'm going to say, we're going to bring Nasruddin Mavov down here. He beats Nasruddin Mavov, right? But instead of fighting the winner of Strickland versus Adesanya, Bahalyo versus Adesanya, he's going to fight Strickland coming off a loss to Dricus du Plessis. And then I think this could potentially open the door. Now, you could say maybe this and then maybe this. Or maybe you get these two fighting and then you get the winner of these two. But just to be a little bit safer, we're going to line it up like that. That's going to be the Dricus du Plessis path to get the title back. The easy but long path is going to be that it's easy, but it's going to take a long time. And it slowly works him back into things. I'm going to say Roman Dolidze coming off a win against Kevin Holland. I think Whittaker should come back and fight him. Easy dub. Easy win. The jaw's a bit scary though. Roman Dolidze can grapple and he does have nasty chokes. But it's a lot better than the other. On the feet, Rob will be like leagues ahead. He will be leagues ahead. So I do like that matchup for him. And that would be the best comeback fight for him. But we'll have to wait and see. But that would be a good comeback fight for him. I'd love that. I'd love to see that fight announcement. 6 months. Maybe Roman Dolidze gets another win. That would be a dream fight announcement, in my opinion. Now the next one. I reckon Brendan Allen versus Vettori is going to happen. They have beef. It looks like it should happen. I'm actually going to say Brendan Allen beats Marvin Vettori. I do think he beats Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori hasn't fought for a long time and he hasn't looked the best. And we've also seen Rob versus Marvin Vettori, so I'm not sure if that would happen. But if Brendan Allen does win, this is the second matchup for Rob, which isn't a bad matchup for him. I think he wins that fight as well. But Brendan Allen has good chokes too. Fuck. And then, this is where it gets a little bit complicated. After he beats these two, I think he should fight one of the losers between Khamzat, Dricus, and Strickland, because we know that they're the title fights that's going to happen. I think he should fight one of the losers. Let's say Dricus beats Strickland, but Khamzat beats Dricus. Dricus is coming off a loss. Let's run that fight back. And then he fights Khamzat. What are we thinking? Easy path. 2 free wins, in my opinion. And then you get to here and it gets a bit risky. So it's not completely easy, but at least gets him back on track. Gets him back on track with easier fights. He can work his way back into it. His jaw should be fully healed by the time he gets to here. I think that's a good method. Now, I forgot to even write one for this. But if he's going to go Khamzat rematch path, I'm going to say it's going to be similar to the Dricus one. But we're going to say Dricus lost as well. But we're just going to go same sort of thing. Nasruddin, I like that matchup. Or maybe I'm going to go Roman Dolidze, because that's a better matchup for him. We're going to actually go, comes back, fights Roman Dolidze, fights Nasruddin, then fights Dricus coming off a loss. And then he fights Khamzat Chimaev. So it's pretty much the same one as this. Pretty much the same one as this. But with this one, we don't know who he's going to be versing. Could be Strickland here instead. Could be Khamzat here instead. And it could be oh my goodness. It could be Strickland here instead. Or it could be Dricus here instead. You know what I'm saying? Let me fix this up. So it could be like that. We don't know. I have a lack of sleep. I stayed up all night to watch Rob's fight. Just for that. And then Max. Light heavyweight run. Now if Rob's like, it's not a bad decision, in my opinion. Scary because of the chin. They hit a lot harder up there, but there's not going to be as much of a weight cut either. So I'm thinking if he's like, fuck middleweight, I'm done with it. I'm sick of losing to all these top guys. Let's start fresh. Let's start in a new division. Let's not worry about fighting Dricus again, Israel again, freaking Strickland. I don't know. If he just wants to move up, this is what I think he should do. And he could get a title shot in 2 wins, in my opinion. Now, people say he's undersized for light heavyweight, and he sort of is, but think of Khalil Roundtree. Sort of similar frame. Maybe Rob could put on some more muscle too. And Khalil's only 1 inch taller than him. So when you think about it like that, it ain't too bad. I think he's more suited for middleweight, but I think he could possibly have an easier time at light heavyweight. Especially as he's getting older and older. Just a chance. It's been spoken about in the past. Just a chance. But I'm going to say, talking about Mr. Khalil Roundtree, I think he should fight Mr. Khalil Roundtree. They're both beaten up. Khalil's going to have a while off because he got battered in that fight. Shouts out to him. I didn't do a reaction video on that because I've been absent and I will continue to be absent. But subscribe so I'll come back. But I'm going to say they're going to return on sort of similar schedules, I could imagine. Maybe Khalil will return quicker. Maybe he can pick up a win. Rob moves up, fights Khalil Roundtree, coming off a win or a loss, no matter what Khalil's coming off. I reckon that's a good fight. They're around the same size. It'd be good to gauge where Rob's size is at light heavyweight, because you've seen Khalil against Alex Pereira. He was undersized, but he could still fight a good fight. So it'd be good to gauge that. And if Rob takes out Khalil Roundtree, I think he should take on, give me a second, Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka coming off a loss maybe at this point. I don't know. There's some scary fights for him. I honestly think if he fights Jamal Hill, he could get slept. But you never know. That's like a 50-50 fight. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm going to say Rob comes through, beats Khalil, fights Yuri Prochazka, beats Yuri Prochazka, comes through and loses to Alex Pereira, but he got to another title shot at light heavyweight. I don't think he's beaten Alex Pereira. But at least he could have a good little run. Like, there's some more fun fights there. Let me get the rankings up. He could fight like a Magomed coming off a loss. He could fight like a Alexander Rakic coming off a win in his second fight. He could fight a Carlos Ulberg up the rankings. Yeah, there's some favourable fights for him here too. If he wants to go further down the rankings, like a Dominic Reyes, that would be a fun fight. Anthony Smith, winnable, easy fight. Johnny Walker, scary fight, but definitely winnable. Yeah, I like his chances. You know, the top 5 of light heavyweight isn't as stacked, I would say, as the top 5, or soon to be top 5 in middleweight right now. So if I had to say ideal circumstances, I'm saying this path. Strickland needs to do the work for him though. Strickland needs to beat Dricus, then beat Khamzat, then at least they're out of the picture for a bit. Strickland's like, oh, who do I fight next? Nazzadine? Already beat him, bud. And Rob would have taken him out by then. Oh, Bahalyo, oh yeah, that's a good choice, but oh wait. Rob versus Bahalyo is booked. And Rob just bet him. Unanimous decision. Then he fights Strickland. And Strickland's his best chance to get that belt back. Then you got the Dricus champ path, which it's a scary run. But he's going to need at least 3 fights, I think, to fight Dricus again. But you never know. If some of these contenders take each other out, Rob gets a win against Nazzadine, takes Nazzadine out. Fights Strickland, takes Strickland out. Maybe Bahalyo's already lost to somebody. Like, I don't know who. But he loses to somebody. And then Rob's right there. Rob beat Strickland and Nazzadine. The easy but long path, I like him coming back to an easy fight. Rob never has easy fights. I like the idea of him coming back to a good little fight. Still risky. You know, still risky. I think actually Roman Dolidze, if he can get another win, I just don't know who he's going to win against. Roman Dolidze beats Marvin Vettori. Let's just say if that happens, he'll be number 6. Rob versus Roman Dolidze is a fun fight. Yeah, it's risky because people are going to be like, what if Roman gets his neck? What if his jaw's still fucked? You know? And then Brendan Allen. I like the Brendan Allen fight for him too. Brendan Allen was talking shit on Twitter and then lost. Lol. And then sort of gets hard after here. I reckon you fight one of these 3 coming off a loss. And then you fight one of these 3, whoever's the champ. Khamzat rematch path. He's going to have to get through some contenders. And then he's going to have to fight Dricus or a loser or a Strickland. I'm actually going to even say maybe there is a Bahayo in there as well. Like, he's going to have a good run. He's going to have to knock the other people out so he can get the title shot. But at that point, we might also have an Anthony Hernandez up the rankings, you know what I mean? And then the light heavyweight run. I reckon he should really consider this. Although it might be a terrible decision in hindsight. I think it could work well. It could be like a new chapter, especially as he's getting older. So that's this video. Hope it gives you Robert Whittaker fans some hope, as it gives me. Tomorrow it's going to come out. Robert Whittaker announces retirement. I'm going to go, fuck. Anyway, guys. Take care, please. And as always, have a good one.